Hey cats, what's happening? It is beautiful weather for coming up on the middle of March. Last night was the blood moon, which I missed because I was sound asleep. I have seen it before, and the blood moon is very beautiful. But I've been taking advantage of this weather. I mean, 75 degrees today. It's not there yet. There's still a little cool breeze in the air, but it'll get there. But I've been working my tail off around here. Uh, Yesterday I put up a new split rail fence here in the herb garden. I also cleaned it out too. Got all the debris out of there, chopped down all the dead weeds. I call it the herb garden because that's what my mom always called it. My mom had a very similar garden in her yard, and she would sell some of the stuff that she grew and every year. But I haven't done that. I haven't sold anything. I just enjoy growing it, and I've been planting more flowers than so-called herbs. There's a couple things in here that are herbs. This year I'm hoping to see some asparagus in this little triangle here. Asparagus takes 2 years for it to mature and really to where you can eat it. So we'll see what happens. This will be the second year that I've had it up there. I actually had my new tractor out this week. I bush hogged this patch of weeds down because they get up, about shoulder high. Weeds and briars, because I like to keep this view open to my pond. If you come up here on top of the hill, there's this little picnic table up here that you can sit on, and there's the view. The pet cemetery up here. All the woods over there under the pines are just scattered with little tombstones of all of the pets that we've had over the years. I had to clean this table off. It actually had like layers of moss growing on it. So I got my scraper and I just peeled off moss and lichens that were covering this thing. It's an old park table. They were getting rid of them. They were trashing them. And I took this one home 30 years ago, and it's been here ever since. I'm surprised how it's held up. They put a lot of creosote on these back in the day, so they're really slow to rot. Looked at my vegetable garden over there thinking maybe I could till it. It's almost to the point where you could till it, but it would just kind of ball up in the tiller blades right now. And I'm not going to mess with it until it dries out a little more. The ground's still real soft. My yard, anywhere in here, you get stuck in there right now. It's just really soft. But the thaw just went out, so you'll get that. I also have cleaned the debris, all the dead debris out of my flower beds. I still have a couple more to do, but I wanted to get a jump on that too. It just looked terrible with all that dead stuff in there and piles of leaves and everything, so cleaned them all out. And then I'll show you what I got going on in here. I actually got 2 projects going on in here and just waiting on parts really. I got some stuff, a couple boxes here to open up. I still haven't put this together because I was waiting on this primary gasket, which I ordered, and it came. It's in this box here. I'm going to open it up and take a look at that. Yeah, all padding. Look at that. And there's the gasket set. Cool. Oh, there's another gasket in here too. Oh, it's stapled on there. What did they give me? a cloth, like a cleaning cloth. Huh. Means I'll be able to put this on today. I cleaned it up, but it's still got oil on it. So after I get everything put together, I'm gonna have to wipe everything down real good and get all that oil off of everything. I mean, look at it. Just wiping my hand on there. And I already wiped it, but again, my rags have been kind of dirty. And yeah, I got one bolt left over. And I didn't put it on, and I'm not going to put it on. And I'll tell you why. On this fender guard, or tire guard, or whatever it's called, this plastic piece right in here that keeps the debris from going up into the battery compartment. There's one screw way up in there. It took me a half hour to get that thing out. And I tried to put it back in. You can't get your hand in there. There's one way that you could put that in there, and that's to take the whole back wheel off. And I wasn't about to do that. I mean, if you grab hold of that thing, it's solid. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to vibrate or anything. That one bolt isn't going to make a difference on that. It's just a plastic shield. So I'm not worried about it. I'm going to save myself a little bit of grief on that one. So I've got this side all put together. I still got to put the battery in there, but I'm going to put it on the battery tender for a little while and just make sure it has a full charge. And then I'm going to clean this up, see if I can get some of this cleaned up on the fender that's filthy, scraped up. Maybe I can rub some of that out a little bit with some compound and get some more cleaner on it. I can clean this side up while I have the saddlebags off, get that area cleaned up. Then the only thing I'm waiting on, which again I ordered, is the chrome oil filter, which hasn't come yet. It should be here tomorrow, and then I can go ahead and put oil in it, and it'll be ready to run. But first, I got to put the primary cover on there, and then I got to put all this back together: the footboard, the shifter pegs, and the chrome, and all of that baloney. On the derby cover, yeah, the derby cover. This is the primary cover. This is the derby cover. This hole right here is stripped out, and I didn't realize it till I took that bolt out, and there was pieces of thread that came out in it. So these ones are all good. So, you know, torque is really important when you're putting this back together. Make sure you got the right inch pounds on these, because just a little too much and they strip them out. Even with the torque wrench, sometimes I kind of think, I don't know, that's getting pretty tight before it clicks, you know, but I try to go by the specs anyway. Sometimes I've tightened it to where I think it's tight enough, and then I just leave well enough alone because I think, man, I don't want to crack anything, you know, that would be terrible. All right. In here, I got a brand new GIS bolt. And then got this box here. Sometimes you don't even know how to get these things open. They got them taped up and bound up. box. Good grief. More packing. More packing. The clutch plates. The gaskets. These are for the Yamaha. This is for the Yamaha. And what's this? I don't even remember what I ordered. Oh, the clutch plates. And the clutch springs. So those are all for the Yamaha. I got to give a shout out to my friend Mike Schaefer in down in Zanesville area. He sent me this Happy St. Patrick's card, and it says celebrating St. Patrick's and sending lots of wishes your way. What a perfect fit. And then he sent me a Duchess gift card. Thank you, Mike. Boy. Well, when you think you have something and then you don't. I got primary oil for the Harley, but I don't have enough 20W50 motor oil. So I gotta buy a gallon of that. I thought I had I thought that was a full gallon or close to a full gallon, but it's not. It's got maybe a pint or two in there. I must have used it at one point and then didn't replace it, so I hate when I do that. I do have transmission oil. This is for the two-stroke. This oil here. Anyway, what I still have to do on this Yamaha, you know, is pull these 5 bolts out here and pull that out, pull all the clutch plates out, put the new clutch plates in, new springs, and then I can put that back together. And that's what that kit is for, that gasket kit. Will seal this back up, and hopefully it won't drip any oil. I did pretty good with it the first time, so it should be all right. And then this baby will be ready to roll again, and I can get out and do some tear up my grass, you know, riding around the yard. My shop's kind of a mess right now, but it won't. I'll clean it up here. I'll clean it up. Won't take me long. Once I get everything put back together, everything goes back in its place in the tool cabinet. But right now, you know, I mean, I've got some tools over here. I've got a bunch of tools over here laying on the floor. I've got tools over here laying on the floor. So, oh, those JIS bolts are for this, not for that. Just to clear that up. This takes the JIS, the Japanese Industrial Standard, which are like a Phillips head, but you have to use this JIS screwdriver on it that has more of a blunt. It has a very blunt tip on it for the JIS screws. My new tractor has performed flawlessly. Like I said, I bush hogged with it up on the hill. So I left the mower deck in the raised position while I was brush hogging. And it really shreds and throws the stuff. I mean, it was throwing the stuff like 30 feet. Because I do have the shield tied up there on the chute side. So it throws the stuff up and out. The cool thing was up on that hill, I mean, the ground is still a little soft, and when I used to take the other tractor up there, the one tire would spin, on the uphill side. This has a differential lock. You can lock them, and you just hit this button right here on the dashboard, and it has like a little electric clutch in there, and it locks both of the wheels together. And I went up and down that hill without even tearing up any grass or anything. I mean, it just did great. I was so happy with it, so tickled with it. And it had the power. I mean, it chopped down everything and just shredded it up. So, really a good deal, man. I even got some weeds stuck in there to show that I did this job. Here I go abusing my brand new mower already. Not really. It didn't hurt it one bit. So I want to sell my old mower, and obviously it needs cleaned up a little bit first. But here's the problem. Towards the end of the season, it started like missing, like the engine was missing on a cylinder. It has twin cylinder. It has a Kohler 24 horse twin cylinder engine. But it wouldn't miss like all the time. It would run normal for a little bit, and then it would start missing again. And it's got a brand new fuel filter. It's got a new air filter. I mean, and it was running fine, and all of a sudden, just like that, boom! It just started running on one cylinder one day, which loses a lot of power. So here's the question. If I sell it, should I try to fix it first? Or should I just sell it as is and say, hey, it runs, but it needs work? Now, brand new, these are probably about, I'm going to guess, around $1,700, in that ballpark. So I'm thinking maybe $250, $350 for it. I don't want to give it away, but I don't, being that it's going to take some work, and it's pretty well abused and worn out. Whoever buys it's not going to really last them a long time. Let's put it that way, unless they put a lot of work into it, a lot of money into it. And maybe a good mechanic will take it and can tinker with it, but I think it'll sell pretty quick. I sold I had a Cub Cadet zero turn that was my dad's, and I had used it around here, because people say, why don't you get a zero turn? No, I used the zero turn, and I've got hills back here, and then going around the pond where it slopes down and it's pretty steep there. That zero turn would just slide right down the hill sideways. You only have two wheels that are actually solid on the ground, because the two front wheels are caster wheels. So they just go, wherever there's no steering to caster wheels. Your only steering is in the back tires. And it just was not appropriate for my yard. I got the thing stuck. I slid down the hill sideways, and I tried using it a couple times, and I just gave up. And I sold it $500, and man, it sold like hotcakes. Within 2 days, it was gone. Guy came, picked it up, and ran with it, and was very happy with it. So good. I have never heard another word back from him. So apparently, he's happy with it. Well, I still got a lot of work to do. I've been picking up sticks in the yard, finding little odd jobs here and there to do. Always something. I got some trees that fell down back here that need chainsawed, which I'm not going to do right now, because even if I did saw them up, I can't get them out of there. I'm not going to carry them from way back there up to the wood pile. I got to get the tractor and trailer back there where I can load up the logs and bring them out. I mean, I could cut them up right now and just leave them lay on the ground. I suppose I could do that. But it is Friday. And I do want to get out and do something aside from busting my tail around here all day long. That fence job yesterday, I had to dig 5 post holes and put that fence together, and I did that among a bunch of other jobs. So really working my tail off around here, but I love it. I love springtime. I love getting everything back in tune again, getting the place looking nice. It takes a lot of work. That's all it is. And the work doesn't come easy, you know. I got to push myself. Uh, and I guess that's anytime you want to be successful in life, no matter what you're doing, you do have to put a little effort into it. You do have to kind of push yourself a little bit. I mean, when I wake up in the morning, I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. I didn't really want to get up at 6 o'clock. I woke up naturally, not by an alarm or anything. But I thought to myself, I'm not just going to go back to bed, because then it'll be 7, 8 o'clock before I get up, and there's 2 hours of my day gone. So I got up at 6, enjoyed some coffee, and then I came outside, and it was still pretty cool. And I was able to get right into it and start getting some work done out here. And it's a good feeling when you know you can look around and see what you've accomplished, and know that that's behind you and you don't have to mess with that again. Uh, I still got a lot of stuff to do though, and like I said though, it's my lifeblood. It's what keeps me going, and I feel like I'm burning 1,000,000 calories too. And you know what? Even on my days off that I haven't worked here at the house, I've gone out to the park and walked. I do like 4+ miles, almost 4.5 miles, and just try to keep a good steady aerobic pace going on that. It just you gotta keep active, man, especially at my age. 70 years old, I gotta stay active, because as soon as you start getting lethargic, everything goes down the drain, and I don't want that to happen. And being outdoors is like the healthiest thing you can do. I mean, some people say, well, you know, who knows what you're breathing with all those chemtrails in the air nowadays. Yeah, maybe. But hey, I've worked outside my whole life and it's served me well, so I'm going to continue doing that. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. I think I've carried on long enough today, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you like my video, give it a like. That really helps to boost my ratings. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe and continue to join me. Until next time, cats, I'll catch you later.